In the beginning, we find in the beginning, when the first of the elements were given and the forces set in motion that brought about the sphere as we find called Earth Plane, and when the morning stars sang together and the whispering winds brought the news of the coming of man's indwelling, of the Spirit of the Creator, became the living soul. This entity came into being.
Years ago, Edgar Cayce and a small band of visionaries created the Association for Research and Enlightenment, the A.R.E., in Virginia Beach, Virginia. Millions of people have been transformed by the ideas and information given in the Cayce readings. You are part of the Cayce legacy as well. Join us as we transform human consciousness together. Since its founding in 1931, Edgar Cayce's A.R.E. has grown from a small group of individuals to tens of thousands of members in 65 countries around the world. The A.R.E.'s thriving campus in Virginia Beach serves as international headquarters for this multifaceted, uplifting organization, which includes our outreach and service programs, our conferences and membership, the C.R.E.A.T.E School of Massotherapy, and Atlantic University. After being led by 3 generations of the Cayce family for most of its 80 years, today's A.R.E. is led by Executive Director and CEO Kevin Tedeschi.
Hello, I'm Kevin Tedeschi, and it's my privilege today to speak with you about some of our exciting plans. Plans that I believe Edgar Cayce himself would be both amazed and inspired by. Over the past 80 years, the Cayce work has grown and changed to meet the needs of our members and to keep up with the ever-changing world in which we live. Over the past several years, we've worked with many of you, our members as well as our staff and our board, to create a vision for the future. Our plan involves expansion on all fronts, both on land and online. This is the most comprehensive plan for the A.R.E.'s future that has ever been created for the Cayce work. We have titled this comprehensive plan with the acronym C.R.E.A.T.E, C.R.E.A.T.E, as it embodies an amazing compilation of activities and dreams for the future of this great work. The C.R.E.A.T.E campaign will allow all of our members to help us do just that. Create the future of the Edgar Cayce work for the 21st century. How? C stands for construct, and the R is for renovate. As any of you who have visited our Virginia Beach campus know, there have been no major renovations or new construction here in more than 35 years. Our physical body needs some work. We need to renovate our older buildings and construct a new building as well. You'll see more about that later. In addition to our needs in Virginia Beach, we also need to expand the A.R.E. Center in Houston, Texas, to include a wellness center and a spa like we have here. We need to expand their auditorium so that we can bring conferences of national interest. We will also heighten our Spanish outreach through the Houston Center. If you've ever been to an A.R.E. conference, you may have heard the expression that one of the things A.R.E. stands for is always ready to eat. Well, the E.A.T. in C.R.E.A.T.E stands for something very different. E stands for employ, A stands for accelerate, and T stands for technology. We want to employ the best people to serve our members' needs. We touch thousands of lives through programs administered right here. Our study groups, prayer groups, our conferences, and our various educational curriculums. As for improving our use of technology, we want to use the best available in order to accelerate the expansion of this great work around the world. We will expand it through the A.R.E.'s many outreach programs, like our online e-groups, YouTube, and our Facebook Dream Group. We continually add great content to our website, edgarcayce.org, and we'll be doing more with streaming audio and video conferencing. We're making big changes to Atlantic University as well, which throughout this campaign will be transformed into a truly web-based online university reaching thousands of professionals and seekers. The Cayce readings told us that this work would go from individuals like you and me out into groups, and then to the classes, and finally to the masses. Well, through this portion of our campaign, you will be able to help us fulfill that Cayce prediction. Last but not least, the final E in C.R.E.A.T.E stands for Endow. We all want to make sure the Cayce legacy is here for generations to come. Personally, I want to make certain it's here for my next lifetime. And the best way to ensure the future of the Cayce legacy is to help us build a solid endowment. Like a perpetual savings account that generates interest income forever, our members will be able to endow and name scholarships for Atlantic University or the C.R.E.A.T.E School of Massotherapy. Donors can also name funds for their favorite programs, like study groups or A.R.E camp, the library, prison outreach, or prayer services, so that those programs keep changing lives for generations to come. We have a lot of work to do together in order to create the future of the Edgar Cayce work. But after 30 years of working with our dedicated donors, members, and friends, I know that this vision is within our grasp. In fact, I remain convinced that the most exciting time for this work is not behind us in the past, but in front of us, waiting for us to create its future. I have one more thing I'm excited for you to see. Let me take you outside to show you what we have in mind for our new building and renovations here in Virginia Beach. Here is our existing campus. Since we got permission to offer federal financial aid, we're getting more students. So we need new classroom space for our C.R.E.A.T.E Massage School. We also need new space to expand Atlantic University so that we can have the best technology to bring our interactive online education programs to thousands the world over. With this in mind, we will build a brand new education outreach center up on the hill. This 8,600 square foot building will incorporate many environmentally friendly design ideas and will help us educate students looking to spread the Cayce ideas of health and wholeness to the world. Both the C.R.E.A.T.E School of Massotherapy and Atlantic University will train professionals from many disciplines with concepts and ideas from the readings that will help with changing the thought of humankind, just as the readings suggest. We are all thrilled that for the first time in over 35 years, the City of Virginia Beach has approved a new A.R.E building project. We really want to make this new building a centerpiece of our campus and our campaign. Next to the new Education Center is the original Cayce Hospital building there on the left. Built in 1928, Mr. Cayce himself oversaw the construction project and even helped to do some of the work. As part of the C.R.E.A.T.E campaign, we will be renovating his building and creating on the second floor the new Cayce Cafe, where our visitors, staff, and students will be able to eat Cayce-based foods together right here on campus as they look out at the awe-inspiring Atlantic Ocean. Currently, there's no convenient place for our members, volunteers, and groups to come together and socialize and create community. But with the addition of the Cayce Cafe, all that will change. Those who remember the old Marshall's Hotel will also remember the sense of togetherness this type of space creates for our community. That's what we're after here by building the Cayce Cafe. On the other side of the new Education Center is the Wynn Building, which some of you know as the A.R.E Press Building. This building will connect to the new building and will include siding and a roof designed to match the Cayce Hospital building and Education Center. It's going to look fantastic, and the beautiful, consistent look of the buildings on the hill will make us all proud. And to answer that last question on your mind, yes, the Visitors Conference Center will get some attention as well, with new carpeting, new restrooms, and upgrades to the auditorium. We will also be improving campus-wide parking, lighting, and landscaping throughout our facilities. Thank you for spending this time with me today. Knowing the history of the Cayce work, from the time Morton Blumenthal built the hospital back in the 1920s, to the time Hewlin Cayce worked with members and donors to buy back the building in 1956, to the time when the Visitor Conference Center and Library was constructed in 1974, and having seen for many, many years the generosity of our members and donors, folks like you, I know that this new vision of the future of the Cayce work will be made manifest as well. Because as the Cayce readings tell us, plans are being laid out for a work that will change the thought of humankind in many directions. We are all part of this incredible Cayce legacy, so let's work together to create the future of the Edgar Cayce work. It'll be an amazing adventure. Let's take it together. It will be quite a ride.
Mind is the builder. The physical is the result.